Hey guys, how you doing today? It's me, Kelly. So I got a few questions, and I get this quite a bit actually, of why I white out my mixed media backgrounds, and um, especially for new people who are new to mixed media, I guess it could be kind of confusing. My philosophy and what I do, which does not mean everybody else does it like this, but I love making mixed media backgrounds. So to me, making them, I don't have rules. So if I make if I use this and make a ton of paint on here, a ton of stamps, a ton of all kinds of stuff to make my background, sometimes I want it just to peep through, because if I'm putting something on top, like I've done, I do angels, I do all kinds of stuff in my mixed media paintings, then the angel becomes more what you focus on because it's more forward in the paint. But if you take another second and look at the background, you get to see all those little nuances of stamps and colors and texture and all kinds of stuff. So I love doing that. So here is a quick mixed media background. Very, very easy. Nothing major. I did not put any stamps on it. I just sprayed some Deco Art mists, and I'm going to show you. All right. So what I like to do, you can see this is very, let me move it in. This is, colored with some great colors. So I'm going to do this half white. And what I like to do is, now the Deco Art Mixed Media Misters, let me see what the real name is. Yeah, Deco Art Misters. They're permanent when they dry. So if you're using Delusions or something else that maybe isn't fully permanently dry, it's not going to hurt because I like it because it picks up some of the color. So it's not a big deal. Okay, so I put that there. And what I'm going to do is spray. Now, I'm just spraying water here, but you can definitely put your white here and water it down as well. I'll do that when I do the black. So then all I'm going to do is, and I wet my brush too because I want that water. Now you can see a little bit of that's coming through, but I want to show you what I'm talking about. Okay. So you can see, now this is just on paper that is not gessoed or anything else. And I'm just going to give it a wipe to help it dry. You can see some of that spray underneath isn't dry. It's all right. It doesn't matter. I like all that texture, but I'm going to show you. I'm going to dry it real quick. Okay. Now, I didn't let this dry all the way purposely because I wanted to show you when it smears, but I like to smear. So look, you still have that delicious background. And right here, it's very, it's still very bright and everything. We didn't do anything to that, but, it's still there. You can see the orange and the blue and the different colors, but it's kind of muted. Now imagine if you had stamps back there or stencils, where you layered different colors or black or white even. White is beautiful as well. Then you could see the difference that it makes. Now I would glue or paint on top here my picture that I want to do or my quote or whatever. Now I'm going to use some black paint. And what I'll do is just put a little bit here. I'll show you how I do this. And I'm going to wet my brush. And I want it wet. And I'm going to do this. You know how I love to wet my brushes. And then I'm going to take it. I'll leave that part empty. Now look at that. I love doing the black. Remember, this is not gessoed paint. Gessoed paper. It is just your regular cardstock. So it's going to soak in a bit, but I'm okay with that. So now, I should have used a different paper towel. Now you can see my white was still wet, and that's all right. And if it's too wet, if it's smeared a little bit too much, I'm just going to go in like this to re-wet it. You can always re-wet it and just kind of pat it so it dries. Okay. And then I'm going to dry it. And yes, you get a completely different look, but it's beautiful all the same. Just giving it a second to dry. Okay. Now, see how that, you can still see it. You can still see some of the deliciousness under there, but it's, you know, it's much of a darker, more grunge. You can work on top of this and brighten it up still if you wanted to with what you lay on top, because I like to do my background and then I will put whatever my picture is or whatever I'm going to do on top. Then I go and add, once my picture's on here, then I'll go add some more stamps and stencils all around just to bring up a little bit. So you get all these layers to look at. And then again, that's the white. So you can see, let me move this back for a second. You can definitely see, and then in here is where we didn't touch. So you get three different, you can have any kind of look that you want. I love all these looks. So for me, this is a little busy to put something down on because, you know, I don't know, just it's too busy for me sometimes. Sometimes it's not, but sometimes it is. So that's why I do it. And this is the black and this is the white. Again, this is only cardstock, not a big deal, not on a canvas. Canvas will react a little bit different, especially if you do gesso or whatever, but you can see it definitely changes. You have three different ways that you can go here. So when you're doing your mixed media backgrounds, a lot of people do them and then you'll send me pictures and you'll not like it. You'll say, oh my goodness, I don't like it. It looks like this, looks like that. It's too busy. It's too that. This is what I do because guess what? I do mixed media backgrounds all the time. I do it on paper. I do it in my art journal. I do it on canvases. I do it everywhere. And there are times I look at it and usually it's when it's so like this. And I'll look at it and say, ugh, I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, I think that's a little too much. So then I'll decide, do I want to white it out or black it out and where I'm going to go from there. So it's very simple. Do not feel like, you know, don't do your background and then think, oh, I'm shaking everything. Oh, you know, me, I don't like it. It's too this, it's too that. And if you ever do it and you decide that, you know, you want more, like you do this and you're like, oh, you know what? I want a little more color here. Then go ahead, because remember, we're going to stamp more on top after we're done. So I have been requested a lot of times to do a mixed media canvas start to finish. I'm going to do that, but I'm probably going to speed up some of it or do it and speed through and talk. I can't quite decide yet, but that'll be coming up soon because I have a lot of requests for that. I just have to set up and be able to do everything in the video. But yeah, that's it. And as always, please be kind to each other. You never know what battle somebody else is fighting. And, you know, you can leave me questions down below. All my information is down below. You can email me. You can Facebook me. You could, whatever way you want to do me. And, you know, if you want to see something or if you have more questions, because this is a lot of fun, but I know it's scary for new people who are, you know, wanting to start mixed media and not knowing exactly when you're watching everybody's videos and everybody does something different. You know, it gets a little crazy. So if you're wanting to start something like this, I suggest your art journal. So rather than doing a canvas and all, because that could be a little bit intimidating because it's much bigger. But that's it. I'm done. Bye, guys.